In all your ways acknowledge him and he shall direct your paths. Proverbs 3 verse 6. Hi guys, my name is Hannah. If you're new here, I'm going to show you how I saw this wig from Luvme hair. If you'd like to see how I got this, then please carry on watching. Okay, so this is the packaging that the wig comes in. Very, very cute, very, very chic. You get a bag to keep your wig in, a comb, some clips, and then you have a wig cap and a user's guide. So this wig is a 13x4 HD lace, 180% density water wave wig. The lace was already pre-plucked and they bleached the knots already for me, which was amazing. And yeah, I'm just gonna apply some foundation onto the lace just to match it to my skin tone. Okay guys, so I'm about to install the wig. I personally don't do the stocking cap method because, like I said, I don't keep my wigs in for long and I just don't find them necessary for myself. You could attach the elastic band. My wig is kind of tight, so I'm not going to need that, so I'm just going to tuck that into the holes that are on the wig rather than actually strapping them together. And I'm going to make use of this band rather than the actual adjustable straps. Okay, so this is how we're looking. Great. And with my wigs, when I pluck them, I like to pluck it in a way that it's like circular rather than boxy, because I naturally have a circular hairline. I wish I had this wig in summer when I actually needed it. Right now it's not summer, but we're still gonna rock it. First thing I do is I hot comb all the hairs out the way. Sometimes, like when you're installing a wig, you have like these strays of hairs after you finish plucking, so you want to kind of like remove all of that so that it doesn't get attached or caught up when you're actually installing your wig. As you can see, my hairline is here, but I like to install my wig here so it's not on my actual edges. I like to cut my lace in 3 sections. So I cut 2 slits, one on this side and then one on this side. So you have 1 slit in the middle and then 2 slits on the side. And then I take my scissors and I literally, sometimes if you feel like it's too difficult to even cut that, you can cut it into 5 sections. So you just take a slit here and a slit here, just so you give yourself more time and you're taking your time and making sure that you get it right. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 slits to work through. So personally, I like to start from the side, and I'm going to show you how I cut 1 slit, then I'm going to cut everything else. So I take my scissors, I'm going to zoom in for this one. I take my scissors, you can see the hairline, and guys, I didn't even bleach the knots and look how they look so good. Like, it looks really, really good. Shout out to Luvme hair for bleaching this weaver. So I take the slit and I take my scissors, and like I said, I like to cut. So I like to cut in a zigzag motion. You don't want to cut straight across. You want to cut it in a zigzag motion or a jagged motion. That's why some people use the razor to cut it, but I like to use scissors because I have more control. When you cut straight across, it's not going to look good when you stick it down. Although your edges might cover it, if you're doing no edges, then I'm gonna see that lace. So I take this as close as possible to the hairline and I cut up and down. So up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. And as I'm cutting, I'm kind of tugging at the lace so it's easier for me to cut. Up and down, up and down. And if you look at this lace, first of all, look how thin that lace is. But if you look at the lace, you can see the jagged that I'm talking about. It's just not like a straight line like this. It's nice and that is how you cut the lace. And I'm just going to go ahead and do this side as well. Up, down, up, down, up, down. Up. So yeah. I did go in and lay the lace with Ebin spray, but the footage literally disappeared and I apologize, but I laid the lace with Ebin spray. If you don't know how I do that, then I have a bunch of videos showing that, and then I'm just going to continue the rest of the steps. This is what I always do. I take my hot comb and I just brush backwards. Honestly, I feel like it does a little something to the lace. The heat of the hot comb, or maybe it's just in my mind, but I feel like it does something. I honestly feel like it does something, so I'm just going to comb all the hairs out the way one last time, and then tie the lace down. So as that is melting, I'm gonna leave that to melt for like 10 minutes, not that long. I'm just gonna start working on the actual hair and see how, you know, I can bring this vision to life. So first things first, I'm going to use my finger to kind of like separate the curls. This kind of like volume is the volume that I'm going for, but before that I want to see how the hair looks when it's actually wet. So I'm going to take this spray bottle. Inside this spray bottle I have water, and I have this soft and free curl activator, and I just mix that together. And I'm just going to spray this on the hair. And I'm going to detangle it with this side because I really want to separate the curls and see how it will look. Okay, so you can kind of see the curl pattern of the wig. So this is how the hair looks when it's wet and damp. I didn't put too much because I'm going for more of a poofy look, so I don't want to put too much product in the hair to weight it down. And yeah, this hair is so lightweight. So lightweight. I'm just gonna pluck a bit, and if you're gentle, it shouldn't really move the lace. Like, the lace should be fine. You just have to make sure you're being gentle and not harsh with it. And I'm gonna pluck this a tiny bit so it's not too thick, but I still want it to be full. I'm just going to hot comb behind those. So first I'm going to like twist them so that they're out of the way. And then now I'm going to take my Keracare wax stick, and I'm just going to lightly press onto the hairs behind. And I'm just going to wax them out of the way. Hot comb those hairs behind. So now this is where you cut your edges. I'm just going to take this and I cut diagonally down, and I like to use my eyebrow as a guide. So I might take a bit more hair at the front, tiny bit, and I'm just going to cut diagonally downwards. And then do the same here. I use like the bottom of my ear as a guide as well. Okay, and now I take my straightener and I just curl inwards. A lot of people curl outwards, but I just prefer to curl inwards. It doesn't really make a difference as long as it's curled. That's the main that's the main goal. Just make sure it's curled. Curling the edges makes it easier to like mold and stay in place. And the same here. Now I'm just going in and just like perfecting my part. Okay, when it comes to actually doing the edges, I usually use the Got2b gel for brows and edges, but I've run out, so I'm going to use Eco Styler gel. Eco Styler gel, if you use like the tiniest amount, it can come out really soft, so I'm just going to use that. So I just apply it to the roots of the edges, the roots alone, and I'm just going to curve it backwards in the opposite direction. Curve it, curve it. And then it just kind of leads into the hair. And if you ever feel like, oh, this is too much edges or too much hair, you can always go in, cut, tweeze, like always. But I just want to get it in place first before I make any amendments. So another way to thin up the hairs is by just literally pulling it up and placing it with the rest of the hair. That way you're not actually getting rid of hair, you're just pulling it away. So now that my edges are done and they look somewhat how I want, so I'm gonna take spritz. This is spritz in like a travel size bottle. This is the Fantasia liquid mousse, and I'm gonna use that to like melt my lace. So I take it on my fingers and I put them on my lace, like all over. I don't take too much, but I just take the most where obviously it might have a white cast or it's just not melting how it's supposed to. I'm gonna work on flattening my frontal. So because I'm doing a side part, I need this part to be as flat as possible. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in sections along the frontal, taking my wax stick and just laying it flat. Okay, and now you can see it's laying nice and flat, but not too flat because I still want it to have a bit of oomph on this side. I'm going to take off the band. Even a no part would be so pretty as well, like a no part, but I'm going to do a side part because that's the vibe today. At this point you want to like conceal or hide if you have like any bald spots, or if you have over bleached parts, you can go in and add root touch up. I don't really have any, but for the purpose of the video I'm gonna like show a little bit. So here I'm gonna put some. I'm just gonna take a concealer and a concealer brush. You don't want to take too much, but you want to take enough for it to show up. Now the install is done, and this is how the hair is looking. So pretty, like I love it so much. I'm just gonna cut it a tiny bit so it's all one level and like a blunt type of cut, because I don't want the ends to be thin. Smallest amount, not too much, nothing crazy. It's gonna be so easy, like just gonna cut. yeah, it's not every day 30 inches. It's not every day 28 inches. Sometimes short hair. So this is how it looks. Like I said, the hair is very, very soft and lightweight, which is a plus. The lace is really, really good. Like the lace is really good. Like I have nothing bad to say about the lace. The space they gave me is great also. The curl pattern is nice, but the hair itself, I feel like the curls do have a bit of frizz. That's the only thing. The curls have a tiny bit of frizz, so you'd have to maintain that with some sort of maybe mousse or curl activator like I did. So just water, I don't think it would be the best for this hair. You'd have to really moisturize the curls on this hair to get like them nice and shiny. But besides that, so yeah, that's the only thing I have to say. It doesn't get tangled. The hair doesn't get tangled. The hair is easy to detangle and everything, but it is a bit frizzy. Yeah, this is how the hair is looking. It's actually quite, like, the density is all right. I hope you enjoyed it. Once again, this hair is from Luvme Hair. All the details on this particular wig will be in the description box down below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you give this video a thumbs up and comment down below if there's any particular hairstyles you want me to try out. I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Stay blessed, stay safe, and stay prayed up.